American racer snakes. Racer snakes earned their name because of how quickly they can move. When threatened, racers can travel about 8 miles per hour for short distances. This speed is about as fast as someone jogging. Scientists divide snakes into families. North American racer snakes belong to the family Culebride. No biting, please. The largest of the snake families. More than 1,800 species make up this group. Rat snakes and garter snakes are some other members of the family. Most snakes in the Culebride family are non-venomous. North American racers are non-venomous Culebrids. North American racer snake genus. Pumpkin book.
Why are we going to read that one?
Because you guys pay attention to this one. Pumpkin Town.
Aww.
Where's all the pumpkins at? I'll read you the snake one by yourself, okay?
I don't know how to read by myself.
I'll read it with just me and you. Jose and his family grew pumpkins. That growing began with shiny seeds, which were followed by long vines, and those vines grew every which way. The pumpkins grew every which way too, from small to fat and tall. The Jacoby Littles could be dropped into pockets. The Happy Jacks were bigger. A strong enough boy could carry just one. Big Moons were bigger still, too large for 5 boys to roll.
I bet 15 boys can roll a moon.
Come fall, Jose and his family would gather the pumpkins and collect the vines. Then 2 trucks took the fruit to faraway cities. Some were hollowed and carved, and some were saved for pies. But before the trucks took the pumpkins, Jose and his family saved a few. They needed the seeds. When it came to saving pumpkins, Jose's father always said, "Save only the best and sell the rest."
Like this. Sell the worst. Like, what did you say?
Save only the best and sell the rest.
Save only the worst and sell the rest.
So Jose and his brothers hollowed the best pumpkins and saved only the biggest and brightest seeds.
Wow, I have those too.
They took the duller, smaller seeds to the edge of the field overlooking the town and tossed them. But one gusty, dusty October day, when Jose and his brothers took the lesser seeds to the edge of the field and flung them, the wind caught those seeds and carried them and didn't let them loose until they fell like rain down on a distant town. The seeds slipped into straw roofs and settled into flower pots and sprinkled gardens, and that seemed to be the end of it. But the next spring, the rain awoke those small seeds, and plants began. More rain fell, and vines grew every which way. They wrapped around chimneys and wound through corn. At first, the townspeople liked the vines, for they were lovely and delicate. But then the vines began to climb, up and down and around, growing leafy and thick. They snaked green and silent through one window and then out another. The fruit grew and grew and grew every which way. Soon the townspeople were stepping over pumpkins and around pumpkins and under pumpkins. It was hard to walk even a block. Rooftops sagged under the weight of the big moons. Fences fell, and when the wind blew, one had to dodge Happy Jacks and Jacoby Littles from falling trees. Nothing is worse than pumpkins, groaned the townspeople. Meanwhile, up on their mountainside, Jose and his family cut and stacked their pumpkins, saving only the best. And when they were done, they stepped back and said, Nothing is better than pumpkins. But when Jose and his family looked down at the town, it looked odd. It seemed so green and orange.
Even brown. Brown.
Since their field work was done, and because Jose and his brothers were curious, they walked to the town the next day, where they saw more vines and pumpkins than they'd ever imagined. They remembered the gusty, dusty day that they'd scatter the seeds. "It is our fault," whispered Jose. "We must do something," whispered the brothers. "We rest for now," whispered Jose. But that night, Jose and his brothers cut and stacked the pumpkins and vines. They worked as quietly as they could, but some townspeople still sneaked peeks. They marveled at how well the brothers worked. The brothers climbed up poles and twined through trees and snaked silent through one window and out another, gathering and stacking pumpkins and vines. When the townspeople awoke, they discovered a mountain of pumpkins and a hill of vines and a mound of tired brothers.
But you know what? I cannot climb that high.
Yeah, you could.
I could try.
Yeah, you could. While the brothers slept, the townspeople filled a wagon with hay and set 5 great watermelons between Jose and his brothers, in thanks for their aid. That wagon took the brothers back to their home, where they were laid in the glossy grass, still sleeping. When their father found them there, he asked them what they had done to deserve such great gifts. "We just helped the townspeople with their harvest," the brothers said, which was true, and nothing more was said. It took all of the next week for the townspeople to repair their roofs and their fences, and it took all of that week for Jose and his brothers and his father to eat their great gifts. The melons were so sweet that Jose and his family said, "Nothing is better than watermelons."
Nothing is better than pumpkins.
"Be careful with the seeds," Jose's father said. "Our field grows pumpkins, not watermelons." So Jose's family filled a great bowl with seeds, and those seeds were forgotten until a day later, when the wind roused Jose's father at night. He feared that some of those watermelon seeds might be blown into their field. By moonlight, he carried the bowl to the edge of his field and he tossed the seeds. The wind caught those seeds and carried them, and didn't let them loose until they fell like rain down on the town.
I want my pumpkins.
The watermelon seeds slipped into straw roofs and settled into flower pots and sprinkled gardens and slid into the soil around the statue of Jose and his brothers. And that seemed to be the end of it. The end.
Wait, in words.
Yeah.
Want to read them?
No.
Now it's just like
No part of this publication may be reproduced. No, that's just legal mumbo jumbo. How many pumpkins are there?
I did not count. 5 instead of 30. 40 on 1,000.
There's a lot. Ready for bed?
You said we can.
I'll read you that one. It's just me and you. Come on, Bubba. Ready for bed? Where's your night-night?